Guys, remember this kit that we picked up from Jeff a few months back? It's definitely gotten a lot of shop use, that's for sure. See what I'm doing, and ooh, I think that might have been a lock. Let's go a little higher. Let's try that. Hang on. Want to make sure to relieve the bag pressure just in case that was the unlock. If it's not, we'll go right back into it. Nope, that was the lock.
All right. So the downward side of it was the unlock.
Yeah, I should have looked through, but it's so bright out right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Weasel our way back in there. Not a big deal.
Get another view of this again.
Okay.
Look at that.
Woo-hoo! Cool Tool Tuesday, baby. You know what time it is. We are on Jeff's truck. We're gonna take a look around. He does have a few items on here that I did tell you guys a little bit about in previous videos, but since he's got them, we're gonna go ahead and take a look. And the Gearwrench Master Mechanic 243-piece set that I ordered finally came in. So we're gonna get another closer look at that. If you didn't already see the video, I'll put a card up here or something, right? All right, so here are these super handy neck lights that Tommy and I have. Like I said, rebranded EZRED, but these things are a huge game changer. But it is 50-50. Some people like them, some people don't. Me and Tommy do. That's pretty much 100% at our shop. Tommy lost his already, but this thing he said was pretty cool, so he probably needs to be reminded to pick one up again. We got some new Scott family tool swag on here. And here's that set that we're gonna take a closer look at back at the house. We didn't want to take his display, but we got one in. We got some other ratchets coming in made by Platinum Tech, if I'm not mistaken. They should be here next week, maybe.
Yes.
And another item that I ordered that you guys aren't gonna see probably until next week either are these screwdrivers made by Vessel, but in the wood handle. I'll be doing a video and probably posting it on Wednesday about my likes and dislikes about the Matco screwdrivers that I've been utilizing for about 6 to 10 years. I've had sets, I've sold sets, and I always came back to this set specifically, but we're gonna get more into that on Wednesday. Justin again. As always, thanks for watching my channel. Cool Tool Tuesday, baby. So, our Master Mechanic set is here. Jeff, aka Scott Family Tools, hooked a brother up, and we have the set that we've been wanting for many months, maybe even a betterment of about a year now. Finally got the set in. Killer excited to utilize these tools in the industry. You guys know that I've utilized many different sockets from many different manufacturers, not just Gearwrench, but also like the ADV ones that you can get from Matco themselves. You know, I've used the Cornwall brand ones like the Blue Power. I've used Blue Torque from O'Reilly's. I've used Duralast. I've used Craftsman. I've used Job Smart. I've used Icon. I've used some of the Pittsburgh stuff. And to be honest, this was a product that I definitely wanted to get, was waiting for the right opportunity to get it. The opportunity presented itself, and I went ahead and dove on in it. One of the things that I've been a little bit nervous or hesitant about this kit in the beginning was the 6-point wrenches. Now, they definitely hook you up with the 6-point wrenches. I mean, they cover you from 6 all the way up to 19 millimeter, and then they cover you from 1/4 inch all the way up to 3/4 of an inch. That's pretty awesome. That's a typical standard combination wrench set. Those are the ones that you're going to utilize the most as an automotive technician. Notice it didn't say diesel tech. Once you start getting into that, you're going to start using bigger wrenches. You're going to use adjustable wrenches. You're going to use a lot of different specialty stuff to include even bigger sockets than we're getting ready to cover here today. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the bigger sockets that came in this kit. So from the 1/2 inch standpoint, they give you 3/8 drive all the way up to 1.5 inches. Now granted, this is all shallow. They didn't give you any deep in this kit, which would have just been the sprinkles or the cherry on top, if you will. But the fact that they gave you up to 1.5 inches, pretty freaking phenomenal. When it came to the metric side, they gave you 10 all the way up to 24 millimeter, no skips. They gave you your 1/2 inch to 3/8 step down, your 3/8 to 1/4 inch step down, your 1/4 inch to 3/8 step up, your 3/8 to 1/2 inch step up, your 1/2 inch universal joint. They gave you 3 extensions. They gave you a 2 inch, looks like maybe a 4 inch, and then maybe even a 10 inch. So that's pretty freaking awesome. They gave you 84 tooth ratchets, which everyone seems to love and enjoy. Let's take a listen to that tooth count. Not bad, Gearwrench, not bad. I've had Gearwrench ratchets in the past, haven't had any issues with them. Was really digging on the 90 tooth. Know a lot of people love the 120 XP, but the 84 tooth is not a bad ratchet. Granted, these are fixed head designs. You could always step it over to a flex head, a locking flex head, a comfort grip. You can go with the 90 tooth. I mean, it's entirely up to you at this point. I will make sure to put the Amazon affiliate link to not only this toolkit, but the ratchets that I've just got done talking about down in the description for you if you're interested, as well as the flex head or locking flex head combination ratchet wrenches, the fixed head ratchet wrenches, and even this combination wrench set if they sell it in a 6-point. I know I own the 12-point once upon a time ago, and I only have the bigger sizes right now, but I've been utilizing them so much, I am very confident that these wrenches are going to hold up. You can rest assured that. Going over to the 1/4 inch, they give you 4 millimeter all the way up to 15 millimeter to include the 5.5 millimeter in deep and in shallow, no skips. SAE, 5/32 all the way up to 9/16, again, deep and shallow, no skips. They give you 4 extensions. They give you the ratchet, 3/8 drive, 6 millimeter to 19 millimeter in deep. They give you 6 millimeter to 22 millimeter in shallow. For SAE, they give you 1/4 inch to 1 inch in deep, and they give you 1/4 inch to 1 inch in shallow with 4 extensions as well. They also gave you 2 spark plug sockets, a 13/16 and a 5/8. Yes, there's a couple more. You might run into 9/16, you might run into 18 millimeter, depending on if you're working on European or even some Hondas. But these 2 spark plug sockets are going to be pretty common for the domestic platform, Ford, Chevy, Chrysler. All right, now let's go ahead and cover some of the bits that it came with this. So this came with a bit set, and it goes all the way up to T50, I was very impressed with the size of that. I don't know that I'd ever use a T50 in a bit, but they did give it to you, and they start you off at a T10. So a lot of your little interior Torx bit screws are going to fit in there. They also gave you a handful of Allen keys and metric and SAE. I don't think we have to cover that. They give you a number 1, a number 2, and a number 3 in Phillips, as well as a square drive. And then they give you, it looks like, 2 number 2s. They give you a number 1, and they give you like 4 number 3s as far as the flathead goes. They also gave you a bit socket, so if you wanted to put this on a ratchet, you could. They also gave you a bit driver. And this works out great when you're taking out tail lights and things like that. They also gave you some bits that came in socket form. Now, a lot of you guys know that have been following me for many years know that I don't really use these socket formatted bit drivers, okay? I think it's ridiculous. I've never found one loose enough to where I can just simply crack it loose by a bit driver, nor have I found a situation where all I had to do was barely snug it up with a bit driver. So that would be the only gimmicky thing on here for me. However, I do know that there are some mechanics out there that do enjoy a bit driver, and they have found a use for them. So maybe it works for you. I'm just sharing my opinion on what it was that I would have liked to have seen in place of that. In place of that, I would have liked to have seen some 1/4 inch metric and maybe even SAE universal sockets, okay? Maybe keep it simple, something like 5 to 10, you know what I mean? And then maybe an SAE do like 1/4 inch up to 3/8. That would have been a nice replacement versus giving me bit drive socket attachments for a screwdriver that I'm just not going to get a lot of use out of. If you disagree with me on that, feel free to share your opinion down below in the comments. All right, guys, so that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Look, if you didn't see the entire side-by-side comparison between this set and the Craftsman set, I'll try to throw a little card up here. But let me tell you, out of all the sets that I've seen, all the sets that I've used, to include Husky and all the other ones out there, I've found that this Gearwrench set and the Craftsman set have by far the least amount of gimmicky items they provide to you in the Master Series toolkit. Believe me, there's a lot of gimmicky items they'll toss in there to try to make you think that it's this just super awesome set. The Harbor Freight 301 piece mechanic set would be a prime example. I mean, a hammer, cheap style wrenches. Look, I'm trying to tell you, yes, you get what you pay for. I am a huge Harbor Freight advocate. I do advocate Gearwrench a lot. I do like Icon a lot. There's a lot of products that I actually thoroughly like, and the reason for that is because I actually use them, gentlemen. Okay, I'm in the industry. I'm turning wrenches every single day. I can tell you what it is that actually fits, what it is that actually works on any given Sunday, and then tell you what broke down in the process. Even if I'm over the top excited about a certain product, I always come back and I tell you what problems I had along the way. So are there negative things to say about certain tool brands? Yes, but I've had tons of Gearwrench ownership, to include the very first Ratchet wrench set that I bought, which was a fixed head wrench set, which was a fixed head Ratchet wrench set that I bought during a Christmas special for $100. Now you can pick that same setup for $50, okay? That thing is held up for 10 years. I've never had to warranty out not even one of them, okay? So I'm telling you, look, there are good products out there, but you do have to try them out over time. Yes, you can put them through punishment tests. Yes, you can base a lot of this stuff off specs. You can base a lot of this stuff off of the measurements that are in the set. Because my biggest recommendation to you, if you're a brand new automotive technician, or you're a DIY, or you're just a guy that lives at home, that works on his own ride from time to time, that wants to try to save a few bucks, and you're interested in buying a mechanic set, you gotta look at the sizing. You gotta look and see what comes in it. You have to understand if there's gonna be skips or there's no skips. It took me a long time to find decent mechanic starter sets that I thought you guys could benefit from. One of those first sets was the Cobalt. We tried to look at Husky. It didn't pan out. We tried to look at the Pittsburgh that everyone praised, of the 301 piece set. I absolutely hate that set. I think it's the worst set ever made. That's my opinion. I really do. I don't think the quality is there with the wrenches. And you know what? Maybe it gets you out of a pinch, but you're gonna round some fasteners in the process. The Icon stuff was it was huge. It was leaps and bounds above anything else they'd already created. So yes, I'm excited about that, and I've loved what they've done so far. I've loved what Gearwrench has done. I've never had any issues with any of the Gearwrench products that I've had. I can't say that about a lot of companies. If you guys watched the video that I did about 10 years of owning Mac tools, I haven't had any issues with them either. I can't say the same exact thing about Snap-on. I can't say the same exact thing about Matco, Silver Eagle, Cornwell. I've had my complaints along the way. And some people think it's foolish of me for me to tell you what the truth is and what I feel about a certain product. I'm sorry that certain tool companies don't agree with me and don't want to work with me anymore. That's not my problem. My problem is to try to give you guys my opinion and share with you the best information that I possibly can. Are there certain tools that we do receive from time to time that are free from certain companies? Yes, and it is to your entertainment, and it's to our benefit as a channel to review these products. So initially, the product review might go well. Over time, that tool might not hold up so well. I'm not urging and encouraging all of you out there to go rush off and buy the first thing that I reviewed. Give it a minute. Come back to the video later. Come back to the channel later. 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I've done videos where I just did a 90 amp welder from Harbor Freight that was a flux core welder that I've had for over 4 years. The one before that I had well over 2 and had 0 issues with. So yeah, I think I can formulate an opinion about what I think is good quality here. To answer some of the questions that I've been getting asked lately, can you give a solid review and still incorporate negative feedback as a result? Absolutely. I have no problem pointing out the differences that I have seen with companies that need to make changes. I've had no problem pointing out their faults. Some channels do, and some channels laugh about it and think that I'm an idiot or they think I'm a shill. You know what? Think what you want to think. At the end of the day, I'm here for you. I'm here for your entertainment. I'm here to share my opinion about what I feel about these products. If you don't feel that I'm a worthwhile channel in watching, don't watch, my man. Don't watch. I'm not forcing you. I'm not going to go out of my way to tell you what channels you should and shouldn't watch. I'm here to share with you what it is that I like about the products that I've had a chance to own. And that is the bottom line, as Stone Cold would say. So with that being said, cheers to those of you that have your beers, and I hope you have a super awesome night. Deuces.